Hello everyone, this is Pankaj Shinde, Assistant Professor, Sandeep Institute of Engineering and Management, Nasik. On the platform of International FDP on Environment and Sustainability, I am going to present on Industrial Engineering. In that I will focus on supply chain management. In the previous videos, we have discussed related to the industrial engineering, how supply chain management will be implemented in the industrial engineering, what is the impact of industrial engineering on the environment that we have discussed. In the second video, we have discussed related to the ISO standards. So with the help of this video, students will be able to understand the supply chain management in industrial sectors, then different ISO standards related to the industrial sectors, and green supply chain sustainable network students will be able to understand. Then these are the lists of ISO standards or industry standards. Mainly ISO 9000 represents quality management standards, ISO 14000 represents environmental management, then ISO 50001 represents the energy management. There are n number of ISO standards, but these are the few important industry standards which we have to focus. Now let's start with the case study. So here we have considered a case study of Widget company from USA. This company is a manufacturer of office chairs. Now let's discuss the supply chain network of this company. So basically we know that in any industry there is a manufacturer, there is a supplier, and there is a customer. So all supplier to manufacturer, manufacturer to supplier, they are coordinated with the help of different channels, and these channels are called as the logistics. So this logistics is maybe inbound logistics or it may be outbound logistics. Now whatever the products that manufacturer is manufacturing, that products needs to be delivered it to the customer or any other companies through the appropriate distribution channel with the help of appropriate mode of logistics. It may be road, it may be rail, or it may be air. So this is basically a supply chain network or industrial supply chain network. Now let's discuss about how this Widget company is more interested on the carbon footprint calculations, because first thing is on the basis of customers demand, then the next one is with the help of suppliers, and the third one is through competitor. The competitor for this Widget company is the Ferret company, which is also a manufacturer of office chairs, and their target for the carbon footprint is 0 for next 2030. So with reference to their competitor, this Widget company has taken the initiative to do the carbon footprint calculations and to focus on how they can reduce the carbon footprints in their companies. Now these are the greenhouse gas protocol emissions scopes. So in these scopes, the scopes are divided into three parts. First one is the direct emissions. So direct emissions means directly from that particular manufacturer. Then scope 2 is from other indirect emissions. Now consider here we are transporting that product from manufacturer to customer or from supplier to manufacturer. So there is a role of transportation, there is a role of logistics. So this is called as the other indirect transmission. And then the third one is the indirect emissions from the electricity. So to run the plant we require the electricity, and how to generate the electricity, from where to generate the electricity, and what amount of greenhouse gases will get emitted through that electricity generation, that also we need to consider. So these are the different greenhouse gas protocol emissions. Now let's focus on the carbon footprint calculations. So in carbon footprint calculations we have considered first the transportation method. So how to calculate that is number of shipments into distance into weight into mode of emission factors. Now mode of emission factor is considered on the basis of the greenhouse emission factor. So here you can observe that for the mode of transportation, and here we have considered the ocean. So for that ocean the greenhouse emission factor is 0.016 that we have used to calculate the carbon footprints. So With the help of that, we'll get approximately or equivalently 4687 tons of CO2. Now here we have considered the carbon footprints of widget company for ocean shipments, because that company is having different plants in different countries. So one plant is in Shanghai, China, and another plants are in US districts. So this is how they do their transportation with the help of ocean shipments. Then second method is on the basis of balance. So it is used for dedicated transportation assets if consumption is available. So it is calculated on the basis of fuel gallons consumed multiplied by fuel emission factor. Again, we can take that fuel emission factor through that standard table, and the approximate value of carbon emissions is 20,400 tons of CO2. Then the next one is through the emissions through the facilities. So we'll say that energy consumption multiplied by electricity factor plus direct CO2 emissions. So direct CO2 emissions means these are the emissions from that particular plant itself that we need to consider while calculation. So these are the different figures we'll get after the calculation. So it is 3,34,500 tons of CO2 will get emitted. So these are the different carbon footprint calculations for that particular company. Now their biggest challenge is how to reduce these carbon footprint calculations, because as their competitors are also focusing on how they can reduce the carbon footprints, or they will get neutralized for the carbon footprint calculations up to 2030. So accordingly, the widget company has also started to focus on the green supply chain network. In that green supply chain network, they have to focus on green customers, they have to focus on green design, green suppliers, green purchase, green manufacturing, green packaging, green warehouse, green transport. So here we can say that in green procurement, we can say that they can do the proper selection of supplier, right? The supplier which emits less carbon in the environment. So accordingly they will select the supplier. Then green product development, in that will say the product we can develop with the help of energy efficient technologies we can develop. Then in green manufacturing, we can give contracting to the other companies which emits less carbon into the environment. Then we have to focus on green operations so that the carbon emissions gets reduced. We need to work on the different manufacturing or production techniques like JIT, like lean manufacturing, reverse engineering. We need to focus on minimizing the wastage, that is 7W, that we need to focus on. This is how we can achieve the green supply chains. Here also we can use the green materials. Now consider for the packaging, we can replace the material of packaging. Instead of plastic, we can go for the corrugated boxes. Then we can replace it by the green materials. In that we can also use the composite materials also as a part of replacement. So we need to focus on each and every aspect which we are utilizing in that particular supply chain management. Then the next one is industrial sustainable factor. So we know that in the industrial sustainable factors, there are various parts like social, economic, and environmental environment that we have to consider. So if we consider the social, so in that we need to consider the customer's needs, what is the customer's requirements, what are the customers buying habits, the preferences from the customers, that we need to focus. Then we need to focus on how the industrial social responsibilities, or we can say the corporate social responsibilities or CSR activities by that particular industry, that we need to focus in social parameter. Then in economic, we need to follow the domestic rules and regulations related to the environment. We need to focus on GDP, we need to focus on resources availability. Then what is the international market or what is the global scenario, we can say. We need to focus on the economy also. So and the next one is the environment. In environment, we need to focus on the resources. So we need to select the resources, or we need to utilize the resources effectively and efficiently, so that it will not make any impact or any adverse impact on the environment. Then the power requirement, then wastages, how to recycle that wastages. how to reduce the wastages, that we need to focus. So here recycling or reuse of wastages or scrap is also a important part in that particular green supply chain management. That's why we can say that these are the most important industrial sustainability factors here, we can say that. So while concluding, we can say that firstly we need to focus on the direct emissions by implementing all cost effective energy efficient measures and reducing the carbon intensity of its energy supply. Then secondly, we need to look on the opportunities to reduce its indirect emissions. So it may be from the suppliers, we need to select the supplier which is having less carbon emissions, so accordingly we can select. So this collaboratively shows the supply chain has the potential to realize very large carbon savings and also develop a new profit opportunities by changing the way that produces are delivered to the consumer. So the target for that widget company is also for they have decided is up to 2030 also. Okay, thank you very much.